Hello everyone, I'm Joel, your host for Talking Trends, where we explore real estate trends and what's happening in the luxury world here in Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch. Today we're on site, one of the John Cannon model homes here in Kingfisher Estates, and even more interesting, we have Jack Cannon as special guest with us today. Jack, welcome to the show.
Thank you, glad to be here.
Awesome. Well, Jack, obviously in the real estate world, we know John Cannon Homes, but maybe not all of our viewers do. So maybe a little bit about John Cannon Homes and you as well.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, my name is Jack Cannon. I'm VP of Operations here at John Cannon Homes. And John Cannon Homes has been a luxury home builder in the Sarasota and Manatee markets for about 40 years now. We're very proud to say that we actually just won our 35th year in a row of being voted the best home builder in the area. And so our legacy and who we are is really known for our attention to detail and quality in our custom homes. Here at the Oulina model, this is one of our latest and a little bit different in terms of the architectural styles. So we're excited to show you around and talk a little bit about it.
Awesome.
But yeah, thank you for having me on. Super excited to be here.
Yeah, so maybe just a little bit about Kingfisher Estates, because I think it's a unique section in Lakewood Ranch, correct?
Absolutely. First and foremost, I want to say, Lakewood Ranch has been a tremendous partner for us on this community. So it's a very unique opportunity for us. It's 13 lots here in Kingfisher Estate, 12 of them here on Kingfisher Lake with beautiful views across the water. And with this community, Lakewood Ranch actually allowed us to do something different. So the Oulina model is the first flat roof home in Lakewood Ranch, the first truly modern architecture.
Yeah, I love that. It's a nice, refreshing, mixing it up a little bit.
Absolutely, and it's something that this area hasn't seen before. It's taking, I think, some of the waterfront living out here to Lakewood Ranch, and we have beautiful water views here, so you kind of are able to enjoy some of the waterfront lifestyles that we've grown accustomed to living here in Sarasota, Florida. I mean, it's why we all love being down here.
Exactly.
One of the unique benefits, though, is there's no storm surge here on this lake. So it's a unique neighborhood, unique opportunity, and we're very proud of being a partner of Lakewood Ranch here.
Awesome. And again, I love it. I'm kind of an architecture buff, so I love the modern lines, and I think it does lend itself to Florida and kind of that indoor-outdoor vibe. So it's we'll kind of walk around a little bit, but it's got an amazing, positive energy and natural light and water views everywhere. It's great.
The natural light and the amount of glass, I think, in this house is truly unique. Something that I think is very fun for our homeowners to experience. I mean, the floor to ceiling sliders, and the views you have, and the ability to, even when the sliders are closed, you feel that openness, that space that it creates. So yeah, it's something fun.
And it's fun. So obviously before we started the show, it was fun to walk around this model and see it. And again, I love just the unique selections of things. Gagano appliances, we don't rarely see those, except in the ultra luxury segment of the market. So just fun to see unique finishes. Love it that it broadens our horizons, so to speak.
Lakewood Ranch is such a unique area in terms of the homes that we're building. And this being something just a little bit different, I think it opens people's eyes up to what the possibilities actually are.
Yeah, and I love that. Again, I think, especially in the custom world, right? I've always found that people need to see and touch a little bit to understand and decide ultimately what they want. So it's a nice way to do it.
Absolutely, and that's our goal with these model homes is it's really a place for ideas to start to form. I mean, we're a custom home builder, so it's whatever the customer wants, that's what we want to build for them. We want to build their dream home, but these model homes give them the opportunity to walk in and say, hey, I love this element of this house. I want to design that in mind.
Yep.
And so it's a fun process.
Awesome. I love it. And again, we are in Lakewood Ranch. So there's lots of different lifestyles here. Obviously we're in Kingfisher Estates, but you have other models, correct, in other neighborhoods?
Yeah, so we're really excited. We just opened up our Pindari 2 model in Wild Blue, which is very close to here. And I think it's honestly a home run. I think it's one of our best models we have. It's not, it's a more transitional style of architecture and finishes, but it's got lots of earth tones and warm feels to it, and it's got beautiful views across that lake as well.
Nice.
But so that just opened up. Very proud of it. Would love for anyone to come out and visit. Obviously the Oulina model here that we're in, but also the Pindari 2 model there. And so those are kind of these are the 2 models we have open in Lakewood Ranch, but we are one of the legacy builders here in Lakewood Ranch, having been here since the start. And so we kind of have our footprint all over the place here in Lakewood Ranch, which makes it fun.
I love it. So obviously we can dive into a little bit more Lakewood Ranch wise, but maybe we should tour this home a little bit.
All right, Joel. Well, I'd love to show you around the Oulina. We've got a lot of exciting things to take a look at, but since we're near the kitchen, I think it's a great place for us to start.
Awesome.
You mentioned the Gaggenau appliances, so obviously you're familiar with them.
Right.
But for those of your viewers who aren't, I mean, they are an incredibly high-end appliance.
Yes.
Something that we felt like was needed to capture the quality and the caliber of home that this is.
Yep.
So the appliances is obviously a very big factor for all of our customers. The glass, the windows, obviously we have a home under construction right next door right now, but the amount of natural light you get.
Mm-hmm.
Really with the home here at the Oulina, a lot of the design was based around getting natural light into the space.
Yeah, that's great.
Large windows, clean lines, and so it really makes the kitchen feel grand and open.
For sure.
Obviously the cabinetry, very modern finish, no handle pulls,
Right.
Very clean looks, etc. And then obviously the countertops, bringing in some different colors to complement the space, and incredibly proud of this kitchen that our design team was able to put together. It's a great example of what our clients can expect when they work with our design team in designing their dream kitchen. But again, what I think it really all is based around is the amount of light and views that we get from being on the water here. So I'd love to take you outside and show you.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So out here on the pool deck in the lanai, really this truly encapsulates Florida living, in my opinion.
Right.
I mean, we're out here and you can just feel the amount of space you have out here. Obviously a putting green over there on that side, beautiful pool with an infinity edge going out over the water, so that way it looks like it's just flowing right into the lake. Outdoor kitchen, doing your grilling and cooking out here, really enjoying everything that Florida has to offer.
Yeah, I love it.
So many of our buyers are coming from somewhere else who they're coming down here to enjoy the outdoor living.
Yes.
And I don't think there's a better place that represents outdoor living than this space out here.
Yeah, and again, it's an incredible aesthetic, again, showcasing obviously great water views, but obviously the whole home opens to this space, so it becomes really a complete extension of your living space, which, like you said, most of our buyers, that's what they want. That's why they're here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then also here at the Oulina and on these lots on Kingfisher, there are docks out onto the lake. They are able to have electric boats. These are the only 12 lots that are allowed to have electric boats on the lake, which is just something unique and kind of different, which, you can take a sunset cruise and enjoy a cocktail. And
love that.
Yeah.
Love that. And you won't get into as much danger as you can in Sarasota Bay.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about those other boaters out there.
And the shawls and everything else. So.
Yep. Absolutely.
Too fun. So obviously the kitchen, the outdoor space. I mean, I walked around the primary suite. Stunning. Let's check it out.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right.
Here we are. We have the primary suite, which again, as you'll notice, glass is heavily featured material here. Massive window above the bed. Tons of natural light coming in here. And again, the floor to ceiling sliders, letting you feel the space and letting you feel like, the outdoors are inside. One of the things that I think we've noticed, and maybe you have as well, is people are really starting to prefer the pendant lights over the nightstands because it creates a little more space on the nightstand instead of having a lamp take it up. Then we also have the glass, which allows you to view into the master bath and into the closet back there. Now this is a charged glass, and so you can obscure it, give you the privacy you need. So obviously one of the great things here is you can be in the master bath, in the master closet here, primary closet, and looking out across the lake and having those views. So the charged glass obviously allows you to have that clear visibility in there when you want it, and when you choose to have that privacy, flip a button, and there you go. we're back in the great room where, again, we've got that luxury living space to relax and enjoy and entertain.
I love it. And obviously a big feature wall as well.
Fireplace, not really often needed for warmth here in
More
Florida.
ambiance.
So it's more about the ambiance and the feel and creating a warm and inviting space for our clients.
Well, I love it. I mean, this model is really stunning. So super impressed and love a lot of the detail and finishes. It's cool. And like you said, I think it's almost like a creative board, right? To come in and kind of look and see what's possible.
Absolutely. And again, I think one of the really interesting and fun things I think about the Oulina model is it really represents a home that you would find on a barrier island, on Siesta Key, on the Gulf, on the bay. That waterfront living really encapsulates that style of home that we're starting to get more accustomed to seeing, especially as we have more sophisticated buyers moving into the area.
Yeah. It's opened in another envelope, right, of kind of style and architecture, and we're seeing more nuances, more unique elements flowing into the market, which I love. I think it's great.
Absolutely, and I think it really stems from we're having different buyers moving into the area. I'm sure you guys are seeing the same thing. It's there are new markets that are opening up for us here, and I think it's there's a bright future ahead for all of Sarasota when it comes to the real estate and housing market.
Absolutely. So we've touched on Kingfisher Estates, we've touched on Wild Blue. What else is happening in Lakewood Ranch?
There's also Monarch Acres, which is a private enclave of 8 homes in a gated community just outside the concession. Okay. And so those are large lots, which it's hard finding large lots. A lot of our buyers nowadays, they say, hey, I want a little space. I want a little elbow room. And there aren't many options for them in the market. And so that's a unique area for that reason, is it gives them the ability to have that privacy, have that space, and again, a blank canvas to design anything they want on it.
Nice.
So that is one that we're very excited about. There's a few more upcoming projects with Lakewood Ranch that we're going to be announcing here shortly. So
awesome.
I can't go into too much detail on those, but I promise they're going to be really, really exciting. And as a whole, I would just say the future is really bright out here. Yeah. We continue to build in other communities as well, as far as, Founders Club, pretty much all built out now, but we still have a few in there. We've got a few going in Star Farms. Yeah. Lakewood Ranch continues to attract people to come here because of everything that it has to offer in terms of the lifestyle.
And that's what I think is great. Obviously, we talked about a lot of communities here, and that's the diversity we're seeing more in Lakewood Ranch now. You've got many options, right? Kind of many different lifestyles, many different feels. So I think that's obviously fascinating as, again, it continues to grow and develop. So obviously, John Cannon, custom home builder, but you're not only in Lakewood Ranch.
No, we're not.
So obviously, my partner Donna's the queen of Lakewood Ranch, so she knows much more than I do about Lakewood Ranch. But obviously Sarasota is where I focus in the Barrier Islands. So obviously I've worked with John Cannon Homes for a number of years. Yeah. And so what about outside of Lakewood Ranch? What's happening? Are you building on Siesta Key?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We will always, I think, have a strong presence on Siesta Key, Longboat Key, the Barrier Islands, west of Trail. I myself happen to live west of Trail. I grew up on Siesta Key. Right. So those are strong markets for us. Those are more opportunistic though, because as I'm sure you know, there's not a lot of lots available for our buyers out there. And so they have to find the right opportunity. Now I will say, the storms definitely presented an opportunity for some of our clients to find something that they were really excited about and worked for them. Right. And so, we're building out there. We love those projects because they present unique challenges and unique opportunities and different design elements that we get to bring into them. Right. And so, we're really excited about what we have going on out there. In our company's history, we've built over 400 waterfront homes, and we love building in Lakewood Ranch. Right. But the reality is that's still only a fraction of what we do. West of Trail, Barrier Islands is a huge part of our business, and we love doing it. We plan on continuing to do it into the future. Yeah, and it's nice too, I think, obviously, in the waterfront, like you kind of hinted to, it can be
more challenging, more dynamic as well. So obviously you see more interesting architecture, and your team can handle all that, right? From design, architecture, all those pieces of the puzzle.
Absolutely, and I think one of our unique selling points for that is we do it all from start to finish. So instead of having to go and hire an architect to start the process, we have our own architectural services in-house. So we have our own drafting and design team. So we're able to take our clients all the way from the process of identifying a lot, figuring out what that lot requires to be able to build on it. What are the setbacks, what's the floodplain, et cetera, guide them through that process, design their home based around, again, what it is that's important to them in their lifestyle.
Right.
Maybe they have kids, or maybe they have an elderly parent who's going to live with them, or whatever their passion is. Maybe they want a golf simulator in their house, or a really unique and interesting pool and water feature. Whatever it is, we design it, we help them through that process, go in for permitting, start construction, hand it over, industry-leading warranty service,
right.
And we do it all at a fixed cost. So we're not a cost-plus builder, which the cost-plus process can lead to an incentive for bills to add up. At the end of the day, in a cost-plus environment, the builder makes more money when all the inputs that go into building the home cost more. Whereas we will guarantee a price up front and do the full service. And so I think that that's really one of the unique
elements,
the unique elements of John Cannon Homes. And we're really able to only do that because of our experience, our history, our track record, and our knowledge base in terms of understanding what things actually cost before we even start. Instead of just having to say, we'll go out to build whatever the cost is, we'll hand over that on.
Yeah. Well, great. I mean, again, I love it. Again, worked with John Cannon and the team for years and years, and obviously we'll continue to do that. So, we kind of covered all the good stuff. I think any kind of fun building trends, design trends that are happening right now that are more unique. Obviously, we're seeing some here in this model, but just kind of curious if there's anything fun out there that's happening.
Everyone's different, every community is different, so I don't know if there's one specific thing. I'd say the most fun part is oftentimes figuring out what's important to them, and starting from that kernel of an idea and saying, you know what, I love cooking. I want a grand kitchen. Actually, I'd say a trend that we are seeing a lot now that I think about this is bigger pantries. And the reason why is, no one wants
You don't want to see anything.
No one wants to see their toaster oven on the counter. No one wants to see their coffee maker or whatever it is. And so bigger pantries keep that clutter out and let the kitchen be really the beautiful space that it is, better for entertaining.
Right.
And so I would say that larger pantries and with countertops and cabinetry and space to even operate in there is one thing we're seeing.
Yeah, and I love that. I think, again, the kitchen always is the centerpiece, and much like this model, I think we're seeing this trend, right? You have function on one end and entertainment on the other, dual islands. Because if you really talk to somebody who loves to cook, they actually don't want people in their kitchen.
Yeah.
So again, this trend works, right? Entertaining out here, function back there. So again, I think, it was great to talk to you, Jack. I mean, it was fun kind of finding out what's going on in Lakewood Ranch, what's happening around the islands with John Cannon Homes. So thank you.
Thank you.
I
just wanted to say thank you for having me on. You guys are such a leader in what you guys do. And so having the opportunity to speak with you, we're obviously honored. We love working with you guys, and thank you again for the opportunity.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, Jack.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us for this segment of Talking Trends. Till next time.